to the shade of Babylon. You squeeze down on Babylon. Give thanks and praise. Give thanks and praise. Give thanks and praise. Give thanks and praise to the whole one of creation. Chant down, let's get together and a chant down. You squeeze down a Babylon. Give thanks and praise. Give thanks and praise. Give thanks and praise. Give thanks and praise to the whole one of creation. Those people shall not enter. If these are all along, where was a two-man star sitting from the cup of peace? Chant them Babylon, chant them down, chant them down, chant them down.
I know you're asking today, how long will it take? Somebody's asking, how long will prejudice blind the visions of men? I come to say to you this afternoon, however difficult the moment,
Yes, sir.
however frustrating the hour, it will not be long, because truth crushed earth will rise again.
Yes, sir.
How long? Not long.
Yes, sir.
Because no lie can live forever.
Yes, sir.
How long? Not long.
How long?
Because you shall reap what you sow.
Yes, sir.
How long? Not long.
How long?
Truth forever on the scaffold, wrong forever on the throne.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that scaffold sways the future.
Yes.
Behind the dim unknown standeth God within the shadow, keeping watch above his own. How long? Not long. Because the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice.
Yes, sir.
How long? Not long.
Not long.
Because mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
Yes, sir.
He's trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored.
Yes, sir.
He's loosed the fateful lightning of his terrible swift sword.
Yes, sir.
His truth is marching on.
Yes, sir.
He has sounded forth the trumpet that shall never call retreat. He is sifting out the hearts of men before his judgment seat. Oh, be swift, my soul, to answer him. Be jubilant, my feet. Our God is marching on. Glory, hallelujah. Glory, hallelujah. Glory, hallelujah. Glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on.
Well, I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead. But it really doesn't matter with me now because I've been to the mountaintop. I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And he's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
We are going on this red, gold and green train. Oh yes, we are going. We are going. We are going now. We are going, we are going, we are going. This train, the one train, every nation upon creation train, one stop, we are going now. Red, gold and green train. Oh yes, we are going. We are going.
35 millimeter intervalometer. Yet, you should have missed that 16 seconds.
We are going now. We are going. We are going. We are going.
The many have given their perception of these stones and perception is everything. Perception is everything. The many have said that this work of art is a negative work of the Illuminati. I come to give a new vision, maybe a clearer vision of these stones. I say that the builders of these stones were enlightened beings, and I believe that their attempt was to show the universality of ancient wisdom. If not, it is my wish that I calls out that you see the universality of the ancient wisdom, the oneness of the ancient wisdom. Now that the world has become a cage of every foul and unclean bird, it is but apropos that we consider population control. Why would you want to bring a baby into the world, into a world of sodomites, into a world of abomination, into a world of pedophilia? So population control is a pivotal reality, or it should be at this time. So let's say after the deluge, when this world is destroyed and these stones are still standing, they would be guide stones for the future. So again, this great work is apropos, and I ask you to read my blog connected with this video, that you see the practicality of this new information. You are now in tune on the one, the force itself. At this time, we call it the Holy Master Blaster Jamming. All ancient wisdom is one.
I can feel a vibe coming over me. 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 I can feel the rain when it falls on my head, and think I got a vibe coming over me. I can feel the sun when it shines on my face, and I think I got a vibe coming over me. I can feel a vibe, 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 I can feel a vibe, 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 coming over.
Now, why, you may ask, would it be interesting to know that there was a tsunami warning issued for the ocean and along the U.S. East Coast from the Canadian border south to Currituck Beach, Light, North Carolina? So the entire northeast coast had a tsunami warning that was effective until 9/24/15 at 8:55 Eastern Daylight Time. And it came out at around 8 a.m. according to this here. Says, I live in Mass. I work in Rhode Island. I just saw the EMS message across local free TV channel warning of the tsunami on the East Coast. They checked it all out. Anyways, it ended up not being a tsunami. He said this occurred at approximately 8 a.m. September 24th, and this was a message sent via email verifying that this actually did in fact take place. Plus, there's numerous news articles about it and so on. Now, you may think this is old news, but this is not old news. This is future news. And what I mean by that is that in a video I just put out, you'll see the link pop up just above the video here right now. If you'll take a look at that video, you'll understand the depth of what I'm talking about here. But I went through and put together a preponderance of evidence showing that I believe that there's going to be a tsunami that's going to strike New York City and likely the San Francisco Bay Area. And it's interesting I say those specific areas because what I'm getting ready to show you is a simulation that I've put together for you to show you what a very large tsunami would do and why the San Francisco Bay Area was picked. In my video, I explain why I say San Francisco and why New York. If you have not seen that video yet, please take a look at it. The links to it are popping up above for you to go and take a look at it. It has gone viral, which is great news. The information is getting out there. A lot of people are talking about this subject. Now, let's go ahead. I'm going to show you a simulation of what a mega tsunami would look like for the New York area and for the San Francisco area, so you can get an idea of what we're dealing with here. And actually how it's going to work. You're going to find something out very interesting here that shocked me when I seen it. So here you have New York, Manhattan, Long Island, that whole area up there. I'm going to zoom out here. I'm going to set up the tsunami just off the shelf because they would want to set it off in deep water using a nuclear weapon. And then they would want to, of course, the force of that water would head in towards the coast. It's not going to spread out completely as far as a tsunami would. It's just showing a unidirectional picture of what it would look like. Now, if we zoom in here real quick, we can see that all of Long Island is completely underwater. All of New York City is completely underwater. It would be complete devastation and the death of millions of people. Other major cities like Boston, completely underwater. A couple million people. You're talking the most populated area in the United States. They would all die in less than 11 minutes or so because there would be no warning, because there are no warning buoys just off the coast of New York City. I show you that and detail that to you in the video that I'm pointing you to go see, that I've put it all together and laid it out for you. As you can see, major expanses of land. This map is based off of topography and based off of sea and land elevations as to what would go underwater and what would not. Now, if we take a look off of San Francisco, there's a reason why San Francisco's been picked. That would be the perfect destination for a tsunami to devastate the most people, and you can see it propagating right now. The entire, what is that, the San Fernando Valley? Almost it runs the entire state of California, would fill in like a pool and drown about 50 million to 100 million people. And they know this. They know the topography is set up like this, and if a tsunami hit right off the coast of San Francisco, it would drown millions and millions and millions of people. Nowhere to run. It'd be like a bowl of soup. It'd fill in. And it'd take a long time to drain out. It may not even drain out. May have a new Salt Lake. You're talking catastrophic on a scale of disasters. And this disaster is planned, premeditated, and set to blow right now. My video details exactly why I believe that is the case. This is a follow-up video to show you where the major areas of devastation would be. You can see that down around Los Angeles, that whole area would flood as well. This model didn't cover that area. We'll take a look at something else kind of interesting. Let's take a look at Florida. If a tsunami came in from the west there, even if it came in from the northeast, any direction, basically, a large tsunami comes in on Florida, the entire state will go underwater. There goes another 20-30 million people. You're basically out there on a big peninsula. You'd be easy to drown. Kind of like being on an island and the big waves coming. Where are you going to run? Think y'all going to run up I-95 and get away? So now, on top of all that I've shown you, we have the fact that they actually had a warning shot, you might call it, back on 9/24 of 2015 at about 8 o'clock in the morning. They announced it, that there was a tsunami. Now, how do you accidentally type in all this exact information? How do you accidentally, you explain this to me, how do you accidentally type in all the affected areas based on the unique situation that may happen, where the tsunami's coming from, all the details, okay? How do you accidentally type in ocean and along U.S. East Coast from Canadian border south to a specific location based on the angle of the tsunami to Currituck Beach Light in North Carolina? How do you accidentally type that up and accidentally send it out? Unless it was on purpose. I'd say it's on purpose. And I'd say if you live in New York City or San Francisco, probably Los Angeles, unless you're on top of one big ass hill, you better get the hell out. This may be your final warning. Better start using logic before authority, folks. Can you please explain to me why the United States money has these images on it? When you take the United States money and fold it in the exact same way on each different denomination, you will get a set of imagery. And what is this imagery of? Well, you tell me. Now, some of you have seen this information, and this is actually what this video is not about. But for anyone with any logical or common sense, they can see that this imagery is about the Twin Towers falling. As you look at it closer, it's all different stages of the Twin Towers that fell on 9/11. You may wonder, how in the world would this imagery end up on the dollar bill? Well, you just simply have to look at who printed the dollar bill to understand how it ended up there and the ramifications thereof. This video is actually about this new $10 bill and exactly what it means. What you're looking at here, you can see you have what looks to be some buildings well, as a matter of fact, if you look at it real close, you can see you have 7 stories of building above ground, and you have 3, 4, 5, or whatever stories of buildings of floors below ground. And then up on top the building, you have something coming over the top of the 7-story building. I'm going to show you what that means. Now, in order to make complete logical sense out of what I'm trying to show you here, you need to pay attention carefully. You can see that there are several floors that look like they're below ground. And then you can see the first level there, that is like the first floor. And if we start counting from there and count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we have 7 floors that look like they would be partially or completely above ground. And then we have something on top that's coming across the top of the building. So you have what I believe is represented as water is pouring over the top of a 7-story building. Now, why is this so interesting? Well, one is we know what this meant. So let's take a closer look at these so you can see what I'm showing you. Let's do it real quickly. So you can see here that you have a set of twin towers, side-by-side buildings. And you can see each of the images to the right of that will show at different levels, different time periods of the destruction of the twin towers, at different periods where they were falling. You see that one that's in the middle right now at the top? The image that is in your brain right now from those buildings falling almost looks identical to that, doesn't it? And all of these other ones fit as well. How about these ones here on the right? See, they knew 50 years ago that these towers were going to come down, and they were going to do it. So what are they going to do next? I'm going to show you. Within the next 5 minutes, if you will take 5 more minutes and watch this video, I'm going to show you, I'm not going to make it up, I'm going to show you in a way that is undeniable, that what their intentions are is to use nuclear warheads to set off earthquakes and then therefore tsunamis on the east coast and the west coast of the United States, particularly the 2 most highly populated areas in the United States, New York City and like the Southern California area, like San Francisco down to like LA. Okay, I'm going to also show you, I'm going to show you in several ways. I'm going to show it to you and you're going to go, I can't believe it, he's right. And then I'm going to show it to you in several other ways to show you the high level of surety that I am that this is their plan. Now, understand, I don't want to be right. Let's just say, I hope I'm crazy. Okay? However, I don't believe I'm crazy. Matter of fact, I know I'm not crazy, so we've got a problem here. We have a serious problem where millions of people are getting ready to die. I'm not sure of the date. I have my suspicions, but millions of people, they're going to send in a wall of water 7 stories tall. Okay? They've done the math. They know, they've got experience. You see the disaster in front of you? They've got experience, you might say, with producing tsunamis with nuclear weapons. They've done it several times at this point. And you may say, oh, no, that's wrong, and that's fine. Let's say I'm wrong. But what I'm getting ready to show you, I am not wrong about. And you're going to agree. And of course, you're going to always, you could say the sky's blue and find people that would say it was green or whatever, you understand. You're always going to have somebody to say. And plus, you know, I've always got a few hundred trolls and shields that are going to come in and say anything about whatever. But by the end of this video, you're going to get it. And the purpose of this video is to out these satanic, child molesting, murderous, slave driving freaks for what they are. Now I'm going to take you on a little journey, okay? Journey as to how, the short version of how this all come to me and all the different pieces, okay? We're all familiar, well, not all of us. Some of us, this kind of information is completely new for you, completely shocking, and you're figuring, I have to be crazy, okay? Take a look at my channel. Look at my channel. I have nearly 30,000 subscribers. You think if I was just totally crazy that I'd have 30,000 subscribers talking about this kind of stuff? Nobody would listen. But I have 30,000 subscribers, and I'm not crazy. So listen up here. You see this card before you here? It is showing a tsunami coming up and going over a large city, right? Obviously an ocean tsunami over a large city, tidal wave. Now, why is this? What is this? I mean, is this a child's game? What is this? This is a set of card games called the Illuminati card game that was produced back in 1990. I think it was 1995, 91 or 95. I think it was 95. And this is actually the card game itself right here. Now, most to 95% of what I'm going to show you, the fact that it shows that tsunami, that tidal wave on that card, is near none of the proof that I'm going to show you. I have solid, absolute, clear evidence proof that this is what they are planning to do. I've finally nailed it down. And I've spoken about potential of this before, but I'm bringing this back to you because it has gotten serious, folks. I mean, these guys, it's on the table now. I mean, I would not want to be in New York City or LA right now, tonight, anytime soon. I mean, it's on the table. Somebody's fingers literally warming up to get on the button, if you know what I'm saying. So anyways, here you have the card game. It was a huge stack of cards that were used as a playing card game that you could actually play. Had a set of rules. There's the rule book laying at the bottom. And you could play this game. Thing is that the person who put this card game out was an Illuminati insider, a family member, a world elite family member, someone in the know. And he decided to put out a card game that's in a childlike manner so no one would take it serious, to demonstrate graphically what they have planned for you and for us. Now take a look at these cards right here. These are 3 cards. Many of you have seen these. Okay. And again, the cards have very little to do with the proof. This is just, I'm taking you down a road of a story as to how I come to the point to where now I am seriously saying, get the hell out of New York City and out of Los Angeles. Matter of fact, anywhere on the coastline close to there, because we're talking a 100-foot tall tidal wave coming in. At or greater what came into Japan. In Japan, water came in as much as 6 miles and as much as 120 feet high. Okay? What's that? That's about 7 stories. 7 stories. It's amazing that it happens to be 7 stories. It's about approximately the height of the ones that came in from there. And there's a reason why I'm saying 7 stories. One is because it's on the money. And then as I get to go through the rest of this information with you, you'll see that the 7 stories is being verified multiple ways. Okay? Now, the people in charge, if this game is new to you, the people in charge of everything, you know, like our country, the ones that at least think they're in charge because we've allowed them to believe they have the authority. They know. And, you know, to give them credit, they do put it right in our face.